Hello for the feast of the three kings, the Magi. Hmm. Trying to say this little baby here to your left is Jesus Christ, King of the universe, the Messiah, the Anointed One, Jesus Christ. Well, we know of the sayings of Jesus and much of the preaching of Jesus and the morality of Jesus. And these, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, tried to teach this and preach this. And only in one of the Gospels do we have this story of the three kings or the Magi. Matthew. And Matthew teaches, he's a Jew, and he teaches like the Jewish and uses this type of literature or writing, midrash. I looked up the word midrash in the Bible or in the dictionary. And here's the gist of midrash. Any of a group of Jewish commentaries on the Bible compiled between 400 AD and 1200 AD and based on exegesis, that is the scriptures and the explanation and what does it really mean, and they use parables like Jesus and legends like this and so forth to explain the scriptures. And Matthew, who was a Jew, did just this with just this unique story. We three kings of Orient are. You know, the early church, they were Jewish. And so they thought like Jews did, who used this way of telling stories. This is called midrash. Well, in the story is three kings. Three. Oh, that's what we think. That's what we believe. And we stick up three kings up there, right there. One, two, three. And Jesus, the light of the world, the little candle. Three. In the stories about the Magi, there are as many as five. And once even 8 kings came. But that's not the point. The point is not how many came, is what does it say? And what does it try to teach? That's the point. We got 3 here, and we have settled sort of on 3 for hundreds of years. And they bring gifts for this little baby. This little baby, they bring gold. He's going to be king of the Jews. He is king of the Jews. Well, in the story, they said they brought frankincense. Frankincense is for God, where our prayers and the incense goes up in smoke to the heavenly powers. God. This little baby's God. Myrrh. This little baby's going to grow up and he's going to suffer and be killed and he's going to die on the cross and he's going to be anointed or he's going to be in the tomb. Myrrh for the anointing or the stench of a decomposing body. This little baby, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. They followed the star. The star. These were magi's from the east. Oh, really? They guess. Where did these? Well, maybe from Persia, maybe from Arabia, and maybe from India. Maybe from somewhere. Those are the 3 common places of origin of these magi. And the needle goes in the direction for the most in Persia. Persia had magi and caste systems who studied and were wise men. And they studied astrology into their wisdom. And they followed the star, the light of the world. Jesus, the anointed one. And we even gave him names. It's not in the scriptures, but we give him name: Casper, Melchior, Balthazar. Well, what about in the story about when they try and say the same thing when they're 8? Well, you better add 5 more names. It's, I think, a beautiful thing as far as these 3 wise men traveled thousands of miles to find the upper meaning of life, who is Jesus the Christ, the King of the universe, who is God, who suffered, died, been buried, and rose again. A beautiful story. You could even write a song about it that would last for years and years. Well, maybe you're singing it today. We Three Kings, Orient are. The key to all of this is who Jesus is and who Jesus is for me. And in the story, it's those 3 wise men following the star, hovering over Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, and in particular Jesus, and the first 2 verses of Matthew's 2nd chapter, chapter 2, verses 1 and 2. It says this: after Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea, during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw his star in the east and have come to worship him." Isn't that amazing? All of what we believe of this little baby, that he was a human, and he was a divine person of God, and he's the King of the Jews, and not only the Jews, but all people, or even all King of the universe. You could even say King of the galaxy of galaxies, the most meaningful person in the history of humankind. And it's so important. It's that like little tyke that you have in your family. When he or she was born, and the year after that, you celebrated his or her birthday. Couldn't be better. Well, we all have become better, redeemed, baptized into this Jesus Christ. The kings showed us that we need to find Christ, find a way to live, and to try to follow his model of living. Oh, what a wonderful story. Oh, what a wonderful song. Hope you sing it a few times this weekend. Have a good day.